So for the logical programming series questions, this is the next question, and the question will be, we have to check whether the given number is a strong number or not. So question is, write a program, write a program to check, write a program to check the given number is strong or not. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to check whether the given number is strong or not. So what is a strong number? Let me tell you. This strong number is a number for that number, for that strong number, for that strong number, every factorial of every digit, sum of the factorial of every digit is equal to the number. Let me write, sum of the factorial of every digit, sum of the factorial of all digits, each here we have to write each digit, sum of the factorial of each digit is equal to number. Okay, so what is a strong number? Let me give you the example, like 145. Okay, so 145 factorial of 5, 5 factorial, 5 factorial plus 4 factorial plus 1 factorial. Okay, so come to the program, and here I created a class program 6, and in this I created main method. Okay, so in main method I will call a method named is strong. Okay, so it will check what this method will do. It will check whether the n is strong or not. Okay, so first we have to declare n, integer n is equal to 145. Okay, so I have called a method is strong. What this method will give us, it will check whether the n is strong or not. It means it will check n is strong. It means it will give boolean value. If number is strong, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So we will take this method in if condition. If, okay, if this condition is true, means if method is returning true, then if method is returning true, then we will print, what we will print, we will print yes, the number is a strong number. Okay, number is a strong number. Otherwise, otherwise else what we will print, else we what we will print, we will print number is not a strong number. Okay, so number is not a strong number. Okay, so actually we have to, okay, so let I have called this method here. So the method which is called must have to be created. So inside the class I will create a method. So what the return type of this method will be, a static boolean. Okay, a static boolean is strong, and in this strong method we will pass argument integer n, because this method will check whether the integer n is strong or not. Okay, so static boolean is strong. Here what we have to do, we have to make the sum, we have to make the sum of the factorial of all the digits. So first we will iterate the digits from the backside. Okay, 5, and we will make the factorial of the 5, and we will add it into the sum. So what we have to do, we have to declare the sum variable. we have to declare what variable? We have to declare one sum variable, and sum will be of integer type. Okay, and after that, after making sum of that number, we have to compare. After making sum of the factorial of the digits of this number, we have to compare with this n value. Okay, whether it is equal or not. So let's come to the program. I will explain you. So here I initialize sum from the 0, and what we will do, just same as the program which I told you in earlier questions, that in which we have made the sum, and we have made the product of digits. So till when we have to do operation, while n greater than, while n greater than, sorry guys, ignore background noise. So okay, come to the question. Till when we have to do the operation or function while n greater than 0, we, till when n greater than 0, we will continue to extracting the digits. So okay, while n greater than 0, integer remainder is equal to n modulo 10. Okay, it will give us the remainder, and what we will do, we will make the factorial of that remainder. Okay, what we are doing, we are extracting digit. Digit means we are extracting digit means we are getting the remainder. Remainder is 5. We are getting the 5, and we will make the factorial of 5, and after making factorial, we will add it into the sum. Okay, so integer remainder is equal to 5, and integer fact is equal to fact. We will, here we will call a method to make the factorial, because factorial operation is little large, so we will avoid to write in the middle of the program. Just here we call a method to make the factorial, and after that, as here we created is a strong method, so same as this we will create the factorial method also. And as here we are calling is a strong method, so here we will call that factorial method. Okay, so factorial of, for which value we have to do factorial, we have to do the factorial of remainder. Okay, so rem, and then after getting the factorial, after getting the factorial of a digit, what we have to do, we have to make sum, we have to make sum. Okay, after getting the factorial, what we have to do, we have to make sum. So sum is equal to sum plus sum plus fact. Okay, because after making the factorial of the remainder, where we are storing in the fact variable. So we are making the factorial of remainder and storing in the fact variable. So now here we are making the sum of this factorial, we are adding this factorial it into this sum. Okay, and after making the sum of the factorial, we are storing it into our sum variable. Okay, so, and here what we have did, what here uh, what we did, we did we here we extract one digit, and we made the factorial of that digit, and we added the factorial of that digit it into our sum. Okay, and now what we have to do, we have to delete that digit for which we already made factorial and sum. Okay, so n is equal to n by 10. Okay, so we will perform the operation, this operation, just to get the sum of the factorial of digits. Okay, if after coming from, actually after coming from the method, before, just after, this method will return the boolean type value. So before coming out of the method, what we have to do, where we are coming out from the method, check this braces. Here we are coming out from the method. So before coming out of the method, what we have to do, we have to write the return statement. So what it will return, what it will return, it will return, it will return, first what we have to do, we have to check, if sum, so here we will check if some value, if this sum value will be equal to n value. But what we did with n, we we have deleted the digit from n. So if we compare n value here with n, it will not compare the original value with sum, it will compare the updated value of n. So we do not need to compare here with n. First, what we have to do, we have to store the n value with any variable. We have to store this n value, we have to store this n value, in any variable, so that our so that we can compare with this variable in which we have stored the n value. This n value will updated by these kind of operations, but the value which is stored in the temp variable will not get updated or will not get deleted. Okay, so here we will compare with temp. Okay, so if sum is equal to temp means the sum of the factorial of each digit of any number is equal to that number, means the number will be the strong. So what we will do, if this is, so we will return true, we will return true. Otherwise what we will do, we will return false. Okay, we will return false, and now one more thing, I have created, this is a strong method, and in this is a strong method, I am calling one more method which is factorial, which is taking the argument remainder, and remainder is of integer type. So if any method is called, which must have to be created. So before ending of the class, I have to create one more method, static integer factorial. Okay, which is taking the argument as integer. So before ending of the class, we are creating a method factorial, and factorial will return integer value, because if we do factorial of any number, it will be the integer form. Okay, so static integer factorial integer, and what we will do, how to do a factorial. First, we have to initialize factorial from what, 1, because we are multiplying it. What is factorial? Factorial of any number is what, as we want to do the factorial of 5, so what will be the factorial? Factorial will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay, into 1 means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 1 means here we are multiplying. So when we have to multiply, or when we have to find the product of any numbers, anything, we have to initialize it from 1. Okay, not from 0, we have to initialize it from 1. So integer factorial is equal to 1. Now what we are doing for any number, as we have to find the factorial of 5. So what we are doing, we are multiplying 5 minus 1 4 minus 1 3 multiply 2 multiply 1, like we are starting from 5 and going till 1. So for any given n, what we will do, we will take a for loop, and so as we are doing the multiplication of 5 to 1, so we will take a for loop from integer I is equal to n, from n to I greater than equal to 1, and I minus minus. Okay, so from here what we will do, we will do fact is equal to, because we are storing the factorial in fact value, so fact is equal to fact is equal to fact into what we will multiply, I value. Okay, so first 5 will come, 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1 multiply. Okay, like this we will multiply it, and after coming out, sorry, before coming out of this method, what we have to do, we have to make the return statement. So what it will return, it is returning the factorial value. Okay, so here we are making factorial of any number, and here we are using this method. Okay, so this is the program to check whether the given number is strong or not. Here we are checking if the number is strong, the condition is true, so it is printing yes, the number is a strong number, otherwise it is printing number is not a strong number. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can directly message me on Telegram. I will reply you. Okay, thank you.